Hi, everybody. This is Doreen. My business name is Privies and Prims, and I am mostly cross stitch and punch needle, but I do a little bit of wool applique and primitive dolls mixed in a little bit, but mostly cross stitch and a little bit of punch needle. I used to be all punch needle, so if that's what you're looking for, I will have some in this video, but also if you go to my homepage and click on playlist, there is a playlist for punch needle and there is a playlist for how to on punch needle that are tutorials. So definitely check those out because that's about 3 years worth of videos before I started doing the counted cross stitch. And now that's like my new passion is the counted cross stitch. Thoroughly addicted. So welcome to everybody that's new. And thank you for all those that keep coming back. I really appreciate all of your kind comments. You guys really make me feel loved and appreciated. And I just thank you so much for that. So my last video was a tour of my craft room. And I did say that I'm in a 1-bedroom apartment. So if you're wondering where I sleep, there is another video that explains that, and I will link it down below so that you can check that out. And I can also insert a picture here of the thumbnails so that if you're just browsing my channel, you'll know which one to look for. So welcome again, everybody. And I've got some things to share with you today. I've got a giveaway and a couple finishes, and we're going to get right to it. So the first thing I want to show you is I have a little tiny bit of haul, and I got this basket, which is really cool. It's square. So this basket was $2 at a local thrift store. So definitely check those out. Still has a price tag on it. I will put probably this side. Actually, it's kind of weird. Looks like that side is indented more a little bit. You see that shape there? But I don't know if that's supposed to be the front or the back or if it just got smashed. But anyway, I will put something, either punch needle or cross stitch on here. So, and then probably some flowers inside or some greenery. So the other thing I got was Winter's Garden Boutique Primitive Rustic Farm Country. And this is probably too small for you to see, but I'm going to take a picture of it and I'll put it on here. But I bought some dried baby carrots for snowman noses. Now, these are really small. You get a piece of, oh, I did have that piece of board. Oh, here it is. So, here you can see, it's just a dried carrot. Let's see if I can get some more light on here. There we go. Okay. Well, now we've got shadows. But anyway, that's the dried carrot. So I'm going to turn that back off. I don't like that. Too many shadows. Anyway, it comes in a little bag like this. And they're all pretty much, you know, basically the same size. There. So if I were to measure, I'd say it's just over an inch, maybe an inch to an inch and a half. She does have different sizes. She has some teeny tiny ones. And she sent me a couple of those in here so I could see what they would be like for a really small snowman, which I keep getting that whiteboard. So you can see the difference there. About half the length. So be sure when you order them from her that you get the size that you want. So depending on like which size snowman you're making. But she is on Etsy, and it's etsy.com/wintersgardendesigns. But I will, again, I'll include a picture of that. So my other little bit of haul is I went on Etsy, and I keep buying these snowman patterns and I don't make them. But one day I will. One day I'll feel like sewing with the sewing machine, and I'll get it out and make these. So this is from the Wooden Nail. I really need some more light here. Let me see if I can just aim it there. Okay, can you see that? It's a stand-up snowman, very primitive. It doesn't even look like his legs are stuffed. It looks like they're just the dowels, but bits of cloth. And then at the bottom, it gives some information. It says the wooden nail. And he is called Prim Jack Frost. And that's in PDF pattern on Etsy. It was $9. And then this one I got from Liberty Creek Primitives. And her patterns, the sale may be over because I think it said 10 hours, but check it. They were 50% off. And she's on Etsy, and she very often will have that sale of her patterns 50% off. So that's Liberty Creek Primitives. And look at his nose. It is a dried carrot. So maybe. No, I don't think it is actually. These stamps to do this, she said, she sent me the link and said she got them at Michael's. They're just a 1/2-inch alphabet. But let me see what she used for his nose. They say, hold please. Okay. Poke a hole where you want the nose and put a dab of hot glue inside the hole. Push the carrot in the hole for the nose. So it is a carrot. Okay. So it is a dried carrot. But I love him. His name is Jake. Jake from State Farm is what I always think of when I hear the word Jake. Isn't he cute? So, you know, I got up today. I was like, well, yesterday. I was like, okay, I'm going to make a snowman today. And I'm like, nah, didn't get done. All I did was stitch. And then today I got up, maybe I'll make a snowman today. No, not going to happen. But I have to really be in the mood. And, excuse me. A couple videos ago, I showed you the wool applique that I was going to do, but it had so many pieces. I just put it away. Well, I think I'm going to pull that out today because tomorrow I'm going to a stitching group and we're doing a potluck. And I think I'm going to get that one ready and take it. It's a lot of work to get it ready to cut out all those little circles. But what I thought would make it easier is, let me just get that so you know what I'm talking about. So here is the pattern. You can see all those little circles. And they're all different colors. So I think what's going to make it easier, you know, this is how many pieces I have to cut out. And I think what's going to make it easier is instead of making those circles all different colors, I think I'm going to make like say, going across here, these circles right here, instead of making each one of them a different color, I'm going to make them all the same color background and the same color middle circle and then the same color. Oh, they have 3 circles, 3 layers. So like all of the bottom layers would be the same color, then the middle one would be the same color, and then the tiny ones would be the same color. And I think that's going to make it easier to prep this. And they'll be primitive color wool, so that is heart to hand pattern. So it's still, I think, going to look awesome and primitive. I'm just going to do it a little different. And I don't think I'm going to put the tabs on the end because I was trying to think today where I would even display this. And I think I'm going to put it on the wall this way, sideways. And so the tabs, you know, would kind of probably flop over. So even if I put stabilizer in them. So I think I'm going to leave the tabs off and just use it as a rectangle and mount it on the wall. The only just table I have to display anything on is a very small coffee table. So this might even be too wide. I don't even know if it'll fit on there. I'll check that first and then decide if I'm going to do those tabs. And again, it's good intentions. This may not get done today. So let's just be honest. All right. Let's see what else I have for you. I have a finish. This is for the shop, the shepherd's needle that I am a model puncher for. And I do punch needle for her. Now this actually has some kind of border wrapped around it. It looks like red chenille. And I don't know how Anne is going to finish this. I just punched it and I will send it back to her. So here is my finish. and I just turned the edges back. So I don't know, that's actually the back. So if you want to see what the back of a punch needle looks like, that's what the back of my punch needle looks like. I need a little bit of strings trimmed. But so this is the front. And it's not the called for colors on the background. It called for, and I've talked about this before, but just in case you're new, it called for taking 2 different colors of DMC and separating them and then putting like 3 strands of each one, which would take hours and hours of time to do all that in prep for this. So what I did is I used 2 DMCs, but I used pearl cotton DMCs. Whoops. So I just did 1 white and 1 blue and put them together in the needle. So they created this finish of the variegation. And then what I did, as you can see better on the back, I just did swirly lines to create that movement in the back. And what I do when I do that is like, I'll just do like a squiggly line right here. And then as I do it, I'll fill in this little area and then fill in that area. And that creates even more little sections and creates more movement. It also gives me more of a sense of accomplishment quicker because I'm like, okay, I got that corner done. Instead of trying to do the whole thing all at one time, I do little bits, little pieces, sections. So the one that I used, in case you do that, that's in Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine, Christmas 2023. It's called Snowman Bouquet, and the designer is Brenda Tapia, Tapia. And the threads I used, and you can get these at Joann's. It's DMC 931 and just a white. So I would probably suggest use like a size 12 pearl cotton. I'm not sure. I don't know what size this is, but it's thin. So since you're putting 2 together, I would probably get the 12. So I need to cut a bigger board, but there it is again. I think it's really cute. Not primitive. Well, the snowman's kind of primitive, but the colors are definitely not primitive. But this is for a shop. That's a display sample. And the other finish, here's the next one I'm doing for her. So, knocking things over. You may see this in between videos. I post all the time on Instagram and Facebook. So my Facebook is Privies and Prims, and the Instagram is DoreenBrannon.priviesandprims. And at the end of this video, there'll be a picture of my business card, and it's got all that information on it. And this is the one she wants me to do next. It has little buttons for mittens, and she's going to add those on, so I won't have those. That's next. And then after this one, this is also 2023 Christmas edition. After this one, there's some primitive ones coming, which I really love. You know, I like primitives the best. All right, I have another finish. So I don't know if you would call that snowman an FFO because it's not like mounted on what it's going to be on, but it is a finish. So this is what I was working on, and I showed you on the last video. Saltbox Quilt Sampler by Brenda Gervais, and I got it completely finished. And this is my finish. Now, I had this tray, actually, look, the price tag is still on it, but I bought it in 2017. And I was working at a campground, and the workers all lived there. I'll let you see this while I'm talking. So we lived in our campers, and I had a 2014 R-Pod, and I think it was 17 feet long. And I lived in that from April until the end of November. And so I don't like sitting at a table very much, and I like now I eat in my recliner. So I had this tray because I would sit on my bed, you know, I'd prop pillows up against the back wall, and I would put my food on this tray so it didn't, you know, fall over. And then after I sold that and got an apartment again, I just kept this tray. So it's solid, it's wood. I don't know if it's solid wood or if it's pressed board, I don't know. But anyway, it's the perfect size. So that's what I did with it. And then what I did is I'll post a picture here of where I displayed it because I can't really put it up on the wall. Well, I could. I was going to put a hanger on the back, but you know, it's just not really right for a wall. And one thing I would change is I would have put this behind it and then wrapped it around it. I did put a piece of flannel behind it, and it's just like spray adhesive on here. And then I took a thin bead of hot glue and just put it around so it wouldn't like fall over. But if it starts to droop, which right here I should have just turned under just a hair more on that corner right there. But if it starts to droop down, I'm going to take it off really carefully and mount it on a piece of this and then put it back on, which I should have done in the first place just to keep it firmer. But that's my finish. Absolutely love it. I did change some of the colors. If you want to know what colors I used, message me and I'll let you know. But also I stitched it 1/2, and it is some kind of even weave. I don't know what it is. I think it's 28 count even weave. I'm not even sure. I'd have to measure it. But that is my finish. I love that one. So I have one whip. This is my current whip, and it is Teresa Kogut here. And it's called Honey and Wool Farm because it has sheep and it has the bee skeps. And this is my progress here. Can't see if I'm showing you everything. I think I am. Anyway, you see the house is kind of hard to see. This is Osnaburg and it's walnut stained, and I'm doing it 1/2. Now I want to talk to you. There's a Flosstube channel that I just found, and it's KB, K as in kids, B as in boy, H as in Helen. So KBH Stitches, and I will link her down below. But she was talking about Osnaburg in her last Flosstube, and I think it was her last one. I've only watched one, but she does primitive, so definitely I subscribe to that one and check her out if you like primitive. But what she pointed out, and I've been stitching on Osnaburg for a while. I didn't even realize it. I had measured this at 32 count, and people were asking me what count is Osnaburg, and I would just say 32. Well, what she pointed out, and I didn't even notice, was it's 32 one way, but this Osnaburg, which is ROC-LON brand from Amazon, and then it's in hot water with the walnut stain, so it shrinks a little bit. But this is 32 one way and 40 this way. And I didn't even realize that. I did know that when I made something before, and I'll insert a picture here, it's a little flag, and it was heartstring samplery fob, like a scissor fob pattern. And it was supposed to be square, and it came out rectangle, and I noticed that, and I thought, well, that's really odd. And so now I know why. And why I didn't notice this, I don't know. But so it comes out a little different than what it will look like on the pattern photo. And I will show you this I did in the fall. This little, see how it's rectangle? The house is not perfectly square. Well, that is this same house. So look at the difference in the shape. Do you see how the one that's on the tray is more square, and the one in the little, it's actually a candle holder from Hobby Lobby. In the tart thing is, it's more rectangle. It's higher vertically, and if you look at it, and it's not as wide square. So this is Osnaburg. So that's how it comes out different. I changed the colors, of course, on this one. I wanted it to be more fall colors. But that's a side-by-side comparison to, excuse me, it's this house right here. It's the same pattern. It's just different fabric. So if you use Osnaburg, it won't come out square. So we'll see how this one comes out when it's all done. But there you can kind of see the house there. I did change the color for the house, and what I'm using, I think it's in the other room, but I think it's 3866 is what I'm using for the house. So that is my current stitch. So I have a giveaway today. I did not have one last week. So in getting ready for Valentine's Day, and this was given to me by Carolina Tobin. Tobin, I think, is Tobin, and to share. And this one would be great for Valentine's Day or just for the month of February. So if you're interested in this, use the word February. Make sure you spell it right, because it's got, you know, we don't, when you say it, kind of the R isn't in there. Whoops. But so that is that's the giveaway, and I'll use a glue stick and put that picture back on there because this came off loose. So this is let me see. You only need 4 colors of floss. And see if it gives a count. It's got a line drawing in it also in here that you could use for so you could actually do this with punch needle. It actually does not have, okay, this is uncounted cross stitch. So this does not have like a chart with the little squares and everything. This is, you would do it just with wonky X's. This is, let me just show you part of this. It's just a line drawing like that. So there's no little squares. So you could do this with wool applique, or you could do it with punch needle, rug hooking if you enlarge it, or you could do it as she did. So what it is in the actual picture here is uncounted cross stitch. If you can see, they're not nice little neat X's. Or you could do it, you know, if you want to take a water soluble marker and mark it on your linen or Ada and do it as cross stitch. So, but just a heads up, it is not an actual chart. It's just a line drawing. So this is this week's giveaway. Use the word February, check your spelling. And for the question, I'm going to ask you, do you decorate for Valentine's Day? Because I really don't. I don't think I have any Valentine's Day decorations at all. I'll post a picture here of a primitive doll that I made, if I can find the picture. If you don't see the picture here, that means I didn't find it. But I made it for Valentine's Day back when my son was in middle school, and he's like 31 now. And it was really cute. And I still have the pattern, but I don't really decorate for Valentine's Day. I just put out the little bit of things I have that are still snowmen or that are just snowmen and not Christmas. And there is a snowman hanging in my living room. And I know I'm not the only one that does this. After you get everything put away, you find one more thing that you missed. And that snowman is hanging in my living room. And I need to get him and put him away. But he's got, the only thing Christmas is he has like a Christmas tree embroidered on him. So I think that's it. Oh, it is not it. There's more haul, this whole bag. I forgot this in the last video, and I'm so sorry because it's probably too late to go and get this stuff, but I wanted to show you. Let me get this all out. Some things I got at Walmart on the clearance after Christmas, and I was just thinking, like, for future projects. I'm sorry for those with headphones. I'm making a lot of noise. And I really should have showed this last video so you could go try to get some. But I'm going to show you. So these were all 50% off. So this is $2.48. So this was $1.25. And they're little tags. And, you know, my plan, of course, is to kind of antique them a little bit. But if I made like a snowman or something that I wanted to hang these from, they're just little, it's like a heavy cardboard. So that is one that I got. I don't know if your Walmart or my Walmart, because I haven't been in there since, if they still have Christmas stuff on clearance. So this one cost $1. It says $1.98. And then behind it is just like a little paper one. You could use as a gift tag. It says gift topper, but you know, us crafters, we think outside the box and we use it for other things. And I probably went overboard on these, but I mean, $1.25, and they don't take up a whole lot of room. I might take them all off these cards and just put them in a Ziploc bag. This is another set that I got for $1.25. And I am really not a black and white style person, so these will get antiqued. And I probably will remove the bows. I like earthy colors. I'm more browns than I don't really wear much black. I think I have one black shirt, and I don't wear black pants or black shoes. Everything is browns. So these are cute little wooden trees. These are solid wood. So those could just put some antiquing on there and they would look stained, or you could paint them green and then distress them. And I got these little bows because they looked primitive. And again, I have no plans for these except to just take them and put them away, and they're there if I need them because they were super cheap. And these are not actually just Christmas. These you could be any time of year. They're like little soapbox houses. And they were only $1.25, and they're metal. You can hear them hitting each other. And then these also are not just Christmas. Big bells. So that $1.25, and you got your 4 separate ones. They're all separate. So I got those. And then in this box, 4 of these came in here, and they were $4 for 4 of them. So they're $1 each, and they're all the same. But see, I could take this bow off and pop this off, and I could paint this any color I want and put a cross stitch or a punch needle in there, and it's metal on the back. And then it has the jute twine hanger, but it's perfect for a little Christmas stitch to pop this out and put your own in there. So those ended up being $1 a piece, and they only had this one container full. So that is that's my haul that I forgot to show you before, and I'm sorry because it's probably too late to go get them, but you can still go check anyway. I was in Hobby Lobby the other day. It was 90% off the Christmas stuff, and there was probably enough stuff that it would probably fit on your kitchen table. That's about all that was left. Except they did have some big things of Christmas balls, but yeah, probably it would still fit on a kitchen table. That's what was left. There was a whole bunch of broken coffee mugs, you know, with little chips on the top. I don't know why they're still there, except that I thought maybe somebody would use those. I did have a winner for the little sheep. Remember the little sheep pincushion? I have a winner that has not contacted me yet. So if this is you, contact me, because after this week, I'm going to draw another name. So that's KJBP5723. Contact me if this is you. That's the sheep giveaway. The other winner did contact me, and she already has her sheep. And let's get this to where it's supposed to be. So if that's you, contact me. Otherwise, it's going to go to somebody else. So I think that's all, guys. Guys and girls. I think we have a couple guys that watch. So anyway, leave in the comment if you want to win the pattern. Use the word February. And the question is, do you decorate for Valentine's Day? And I thank you all again for your kind comments. And for those of you that have stayed till the very end, there's a bonus here. This is a piece of black. This is a giveaway. So we're going to use, let me see. I don't even know if this is linen or just black fabric. I don't know. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to put this together with this graphite paper. And if you are interested in this, let's see what keyword we're going to use. Use the word black. So the keyword will be black. And this is an appreciation for watching to the end of my video, because that really helps on the algorithm and the analytics. And make sure you do hit that thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. Somebody asked me the other day, if it costs money to subscribe to a channel. It's totally free. It costs you nothing. You don't have to do that YouTube premium or anything. You just click on that subscribe button and it's totally free. So if you're interested in this, use the word black and this is what you would get. And I appreciate every one of you that watched till the end, and I will see you next time. Bye.